Welcome back. Second episode. Silly Pointer IPL Week 2. देखो यार मतलब before I welcome Rao, I want to address a notable absence today. Varun Ananta Padmanabhan is absent for this week. देखो, we are a very joyful community. हम लोग like we are appreciative of the fact that his wife has come back, so he's giving time to his wife. तो मस्त vacation लेके घूम रहा है. And this is also an opportunity for us to have an unbiased cricketing talk because he is not there. So with that, अरे गणु बता भाई आज कौन आया है हमारे साथ कौन जुड़ा है and then what are we going to cover for today?
ओके ये हमारा जो भी चेहरा कैमरा ऑफ करके जो बैठे हैं मिस्टर राव
I'll
वेलकम
be back just a minute, guys.
Rohan Rao and friends.
yeah
Rohan.
so we have with us Rohan today again a very cricket enthusiast so yeah काफी excited है हम
कब
उसको
से
कब से देखो अभी वो भी छुपा रहे ही इज जस्ट लाइक अ लिटिल
ये
शाय
ऐसा वीडियो ऑडियो इश्यूज वाले ऐसा अनप्रोफेशनल घमंडी अनप्रोफेशनल्स
वही एग्जैक्टली सो आई गेस ही विल रिवील हिज फेस सून जो भी है जल्दी आएगा चेहरा उसका बट लेट्स स्टार्ट लाइक व्हाट आर वी ट्राइंग टू कवर दिस वीक ओवर हियर so like especially we're going to talk about like the major movements that had happened like we can talk about it like that would be our first agenda to start with. The second thing we want to talk is like how the teams are performing, like क्या लग रहा है कौन से teams एकदम strong है, middling है थोड़े teams like, and what are the teams who are doing really struggling, and then probably talk about like what are the things that we expect in the coming week. So this is more or less the agenda is, and let's start. Let's start with one of the interesting thing that happened last week, like the Tushar Deshpande's last over. So
बट कैसा था वीक 2 कैसा था लाइक वी सेड दैट
okay,
वीक 1 वाज या
week two, like if Rohan is still okay, still not here. But week two for me was really interesting. मुझे ऐसा लगा कि okay, he will come back, he will join us soon. So week two मुझे ऐसा लगा कि काफी interesting था. मतलब at least from the first week, the second week के matches काफी close थे. Like there was a little bit of like interest that was starting to come into picture, and yeah, so it was fun. Not a good week for a CSK fans last week, but yeah, yesterday was good. But yeah, so it was. I felt like excitement in IPL was building up
या
last week.
या
वैसा. What about you? कैसा लगा?
या आई इको योर सेंटिमेंट्स मैन तो अ शाउट आउट टू वरुण दिस वीक और सीएसके इस वीक करके जो उसने एंड किया है लास्ट हफ्ते का पॉडकास्ट रोहन को इसके लिए लाया गया है सही टाइम पे एंट्री मारे हैं भाई साहब अपने तो Rohan made a comment on the WhatsApp saying it is CSK is weak, not CSK is weak.
I
So
I
yeah.
I was about to say I could hear you guys, but मेरा I don't know मेरा network थोड़ा unstable था. Sorry about that. But हाँ, week
नेटवर्क ही
two
अनस्टेबल था कि लाइफ अनस्टेबल बट एनीवे लेट्स नॉट गो देयर
वो अलग direction में चला जाएगा.
उसके लिए अलग पॉडकास्ट लगेगा शाम में बट लेट्स कम बैक टू क्रिकेट Yeah, so I echo your sentiments. Week 2, I think we had quite a lot of interesting games as compared to week 1. Some close games. The other bottom half of the table started catching up. Some teams look like they are not going to catch up. I feel so sorry for them. But yeah, I mean, IPL is starting to catch intensity. I think. और बता भाई राव, what do you say?
Week two, I think the week that was supposedly a CSK is weak. We missed that guy who said that it could be CSK's week. So condolences, dear Varun.
अरे
But
भाई वो लोग
guys,
कल
just
जीता है आ
कल
जाइए
जीता
अपन
exactly like
हाँ देखा
actually.
देखा ओजी ओजी कम बैक फाइव
We have like
ट्रॉफीज
एक मैच जीते. संजू सैमसन इज हियर, बॉलिंग थोड़ी बेटर लग रही है, एंड राहुल रोहन वापस हमारे थोड़े ऊपर नेटवर्क का इशू लग रहा है या सो
रोहन इज लाइक केकेआर अनस्टेबल नेटवर्क अनस्टेबल टीम
What, you guys can't hear me now? Or yeah,
आई
maybe.
नो वी कैन हियर यू बट
वी
देयर इज अ
कैन
लॉट
हियर
ऑफ
यू, सी यू
मूवमेंट
वेरी क्लियरली, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है.
Okay, okay.
जस्ट लीव इट
Yeah, I'll leave it. Okay.
या
या
गनु व्हाट डू वी स्टार्ट विथ
Okay, so जैसे बोल रहा था मैं कि like let's talk about like the big movements of last week. Like let's pick up we start with Tushar Deshpande thing. Like last over defending such a small like small runs. Like कितने 7, 8, 9 कितने 10 runs थे approximately. I
Yeah, I
don't
think
remember.
10 or 11. 10 or
11
10 or
11.
runs.
11
Yeah,
runs, 11
11
runs
runs.
Oh,
थे, right? Yeah, and defending that and everything. And क्या लगा तुमको? Like, how do you feel about that?
Rao, you want to go ahead?
I think he's a great player, right? Because uska agar aap, if you try to look at his stats for Ranji also, he started in 2018, 2024. He had his century against Tamil Nadu. Um uh, I hope you guys can hear me, right? Mera network abhi bhi unstable hai, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay.
your video
Yeah.
is going on and off, but carry on.
Yeah, so like his century against Tamil Nadu in 2024, 2 years back, uh, and his commendable track record, right? Jo he's taken nearly about 97 wickets in Ranji, uh, and that was nearly in 36 to 37 matches, with an
Hmm.
average of 29, right? So it's really commendable, and I don't see it as a surprise coming this from Tushar. That's my take on this.
What's your view, TK?
Yeah, I mean, see, there are a few players who go under the radar every IPL, and only the big names come up. Tushar Deshpande is one of them. Obviously, I think he's a CSK find, right? He was
Yeah.
groomed under Dhoni's captaincy. Not sure why he was let go again, but then um, uh, I would want to talk about the overall, Rajasthan Royals bowling lineup
Hmm.
and that captaincy from Riyan Parag. I did tell, right? Riyan Parag makes for a very interesting case as a captain. We will have
Hmm.
a captain's episode separately, but
Yeah.
then nobody expected Riyan Parag to make the choices that he made throughout the week. Not only that Tushar Deshpande over, but
Mm,
also that shortened game versus Mumbai,
Hmm.
and then the
Yeah.
game against RCB, the way he's marshaled his bowlers, one of the key signs of a good captain is how do you utilize the resources that you have, right? And um, the last you saw someone take a bold call as he took to reserve Tushar Deshpande for the last over and trust
Yeah.
him with 11 runs was probably Tony giving Joginder Sharma that final over in 2007 World Cup final, right? So
yeah.
I mean you need to uh, I mean not go by the big names but see who can deliver for you given the circumstance. And another person who's been supporting them very well apart from Archer and Andre Berger, who, I mean, crazy opening spells, right? Those two guys in every game. That opening spell against RCB, I want to talk about that
Yeah.
later. But then Sandeep Sharma, right? If you
Yeah.
look at his bowling figures, it's equal to Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Jasprit Bumrah in the IPL, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I would say Bumrah also came later.
Hmm.
Bhuvi and Sandeep are probably, I mean, Bhuvi definitely is, but Sandeep, if I'm not wrong, is senior to Bumrah in the IPL.
Yeah.
Mm,
So that way, look at the bowling core apart from the batting. We'll talk. I have lots of time for their openers and Dhruv Jurel and everyone. But then I mean, it's amazing, man. Amazing to see. And that final over, the way he turned up against a pressure situation, shows how these cricketers have been groomed. The number of
Yeah.
times they've been put into pressure situations and the way they are delivering the on the captain's trust, it's amazing to watch, right? It
mm,
makes for a great
mhm.
storyline.
Yeah,
Yeah, rightly
yeah,
said, rightly said. Yeah, like it's a really good to see like players like Tushar Deshpande come in the limelight and everything. As you like rightly said, they goes under the radar and everything. And the Sandeep Sharma as well. Like he has like 150 wickets in IPL. Like recently, like last match or something, he got 150 wickets. And like you like getting 150 wickets in IPL is not a easy task. Like you need to play for a long period of
And
time.
not only that, and I think he has, dismissed both Rohit and Kohli 5 or 6 times, man.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's not a easy feat to do that, right?
correct,
The
correct.
longevity in the career, the consistency with which these guys deliver.
And
You don't speak of bowlers as much as you do for batsmen. Yeah, sorry, go on.
yeah, and like how he has evolved from like a you can say from a power play bowler to a death bowler to a middle overs bowler, right? It's commendable. Yeah, we are talking about Tushar, but we moved to Sandeep, but like it's more or less in the same bracket. Like how these players have evolved and like how they go under the radar because these are not the players who go like get big bucks and everything, but still like these players deliver every day in day out, right? So this is interesting to see. Now let's move to the next and probably the most interesting thing that happened last week was the David Miller's decision to not take the
Uh,
single. Yesterday as well, like if you've been listening to the commentary, lot of people were talking about that aspect, like how like he should have taken the single and everything, and just ensure that DC does not lose now. Because if you look back now, DC has like two back-to-back losses, and that
Oh,
looks a little difficult. Like they're in the middle now, right? Two wins, two losses, and everything. So, what do you feel like? Should David Miller have should have taken the single or not? What's your view, guys? Like, anyone can start.
go on, yeah.
uh, yeah, yeah. So I feel partially it could have been otherwise because like it's easier to say it now because it's a judgment call after
Yeah,
all, right? Because you can't decide in a split second that you need to do this or you need to see it differently, right? So but I feel to get the match at least to a draw, uh, taking that single was necessary. I, as
correct.
you said, Ganesh, right? They've partially or they've sort of slipped down the table,
Yeah,
uh, because of that one single, right? So the entire scenario could have been different if he would have taken that single. That's
yeah.
my take.
What's your take, KK?
Bhai, there are two aspects to this, right? So, I mean,
Mm.
there's no debate from a cricketing logic that single had to be taken.
Yeah,
So, you give yourself more probability to win the game and definitely not lose the game. So, I mean, what was the worst that could have happened? Kuldeep could have been out, and then the game goes to a super over, and then it's
yeah,
reset, right? So,
Yeah,
again, it's 50-50. So, from a cricketing logic standpoint, obviously that single had to be taken. But I mean, as Rohan said, right, in hindsight and by pure logic, that's what needs to be done. But humans don't run only on logic, right?
correct.
So the entire fraternity was, I mean, and I'm talking the fraternity from outside of the ground,
Hmm.
I think was too harsh on him. But
Yeah,
if you see immediately what happened after the game, Shubman Gill, Rashid Khan, the rest of the GT players, before even they could celebrate the win, they went to him, they consoled him, they were beside him, and then KL Rahul came, Akshar Patel came, put a hand around his shoulder,
yeah.
consoling him.
yeah,
The meme that I sent on the group was entirely different. Uh, because this reaches family audience, I can't bring that here. But then, um but then see, my take on this is, uh, तुम वो सिचुएशन पे पहुंचे कैसे? भाई तुम वो सिचुएशन पे पहुंचे because Miller was on fire for the
yeah,
last 3-4 overs, man. Let's give him
yeah,
that credit.
Yeah,
yeah,
Man was 10 of 12 balls, got
yeah,
injured, was retired hurt, बाहर जाके उसने treatment लिया, वापस अंदर आया from an improbable and KL Rahul was playing. मैंने तेरे को बोला था कि नहीं गनो कि the batsman to watch out was
yeah.
KL
KL
Rahul, right?
Rahul.
So
Yeah.
I mean, it changes the facet of Delhi the way they play. अभी कल के game में भी वो जल्दी out हो गया, so
Hmm.
Delhi lost the game. But yeah, that a little later. So KL Rahul got out. So you were almost looking at an improbable situation, right? So two in one ball, two in two balls. आता ही नहीं था if Miller hadn't played that knock,
yeah,
right? So
yeah,
Correct.
and just before that ball also, he had hit a 105-meter six or something. That
Yeah,
was equivalent
yeah,
to that Tim David six, right?
yeah.
So if you put yourself in his shoe, the adrenaline is high. He's almost got the team home. Why wouldn't his confidence be high to face the
Correct.
last ball, right?
Correct.
So there are two facets to it. The fraternity outside was a bit harsh. From a cricketing standpoint, he had to take that single. I'm not denying that. But I was so happy seeing the players from both teams coming because they know. They've been in
Yeah,
that situation a million times themselves. They know what a player goes through. And you should see how dejected he was in the dressing room, also, right? So I really hope, and I mean, I understand from a campaign standpoint how close they were to getting that 2 points. And Delhi was in a same situation in the previous season also. They were
yeah,
cruising along, right?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
one
yeah,
game against Mumbai,
Mumbai.
Mitchell Santner wala over to Karun Nair changed the entire
Yeah,
campaign for them.
yeah,
So, I mean, I really hope conversations around the leadership group, conversations in the coaching circle matter when you go through such moments, right? There's still a long season ahead for them,
yeah.
but I really hope they get to turn it around. But yeah, that's my take on it, man.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. Like exactly like to be honest, like I feel like the players like Miller who have like been there multiple times and they back themselves to win, not to like go for a
yeah,
tie
yeah.
or something, right? They back themselves, and especially how he was hitting. So I think he was right enough to back himself so that he could connect and he could make the DC win. And it's unfortunate that like things does not like did not go his way. And yeah, as you rightly said, that I guess especially the fraternity outside was little harsh on him, like just ensure that you don't lose the match and then take it from him. But again, it's everything in the hindsight. So yeah, so like I concur with both of your points. Like it's
That's what
uh,
makes our game beautiful, no? These small
exactly.
margins and probabilities.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So there like in IPL, so there have been a lot of things that has like been like small margins, and like we have seen a lot of situations back as well. So let's now move to the child prodigy, if you have to say that, the Vaibhav Suryavanshi. It's been like 2 weeks now. Like everybody thought like second season would be little difficult for him, and especially like even if we have followed under 19 as well, he had some issues with
Yeah, yeah.
the bouncer outside the off stump and everything, right? So, but I
Mm-hmm.
think he had worked on it, and we can see that like it's been 4 matches and he has delivered like very well in all the 4 matches. So it's fair to say that he's here to stay. What do you guys think? What do you guys like? I guess Rohan has a lot of things to say about Suryavanshi. He really likes him. So like, let's start with him, Rohan.
Trust me, he's forced me to take notes. I have notes. I have watched highlights. I've watched it multiple times. His batting throughout this season and the previous season, right? So like I basically what I think is there's no way to predict him, right? There are players who will come who'll probably test the environment or maybe test the ball, test the pitch first, and he comes with a mindset. He comes with that aggression. He can just slap the first ball or even the first few balls across the boundary, right? The first six against Bumrah is something that we'll talk more on. But yeah, there's no right way to predict how he'll react to any ball, right? Because I've seen that like the first 10 balls, he's his strike rate is nearly 300 or maybe above that. The next 10 balls is when he sort of slows down relatively, not
By his
really,
standards.
yeah, but he's still there, yeah.
Yeah.
He's still a dangerous batter. So his strike rate may be somewhere around 200 or 250, and then the next 10 balls, like beyond 20 balls, we haven't really seen him playing more than 25 or 20, 30 balls,
Yeah.
except for the match against RCB where he scored 78, right? But as I said, there's no way to predict him, but he's dangerous, and he's, as you said, he's come here to stay because yeah, he's an impact player.
What about you, KK?
I mean, words fall short, man. Words fall short. Some some players are power players, but the way he's just skilled up his game also. That World Cup under 19 World Cup campaign that you're talking about. Yes, he had a string of low scores by his standards. Okay, he still, I remember, I think the Pakistan game or something. He hit a quick
Yeah.
549 or something. But I mean, look at the stats that Rowan was saying and look at what we are saying. 15, 14, 15-year-old guy. We are saying uh, the first 10 balls is 300 strike rate, then he slows down to 200. What are we even talking about? When we're talking about a 15-year-old kid and we are saying he's slowing down and we are saying he had problems. I mean, that is the standard that he set for himself, right?
Yeah,
So,
exactly, exactly.
and even in that under 19 World Cup, bro, World Cup final 175 runs आके पेड़ा
Yeah,
है भाई वो बंदे ने, मजाक नहीं है. So, I mean, he's taking the game forward.
yeah,
A 15-year-old guy is taking the game forward, I would say. Like,
Yeah,
we've documented this game for centuries, probably now. We've had milestones, we've had, players who've defined an era of the game. I think Vaibhav Suryavanshi defines the next era of the game for me, man. It's amazing what he's doing. And the most interesting part for me is, um, so teams had kind of figured out that, yeah, you bowl outside of the hitting arc for him, wide outside the off stump. He struggles a bit, this, that. But look at who's coaching him.
yeah,
Sangakara is in the
yeah,
in the
yeah,
squad, and he's coaching him. Who better to have as a guru for you for probably the next 25 years of your life, to say how to manage these shortcomings that people would find out, right? And it's amazing to see. And I would also say that, players like Bumrah, Hazelwood, Bhuvi, all of these guys whom he took down, right? They would also be excited because they now have a challenge ahead of them. Nobody has taken them down the way he has, right? And credit to him, man. Why would you want to go by reputation? You would want to go by what the ball is and just react to it, right? So
yeah.
he's going to. I really hope he has a stable head around. There's no question about his talent. There's no question about skill. There's no question about the infrastructure and the ecosystem that will be provided to him to grow, prosper, and just keep getting better. But I really think that if he has the right mentality and attitude, and he doesn't, get carried away by all the
Sure.
fame and the
Yeah,
superstardom that will,
come along his
surround
way.
him.
Yeah,
Exactly, surround him as he progresses. He has a
yeah,
bright. I mean, he's going to, as I said, right. He's going to define the next era of the game going forward. I just hope he has that. That with it. But I have a question for you guys. So I was talking to one of my cousins. He was he. I mean, he doesn't even watch cricket as often, but he watched this guy's game, and he's like, "Kya marta hai bhe banda? Ye wo this that." And he's like, India should unleash him in test matches also, which I have a opinion against. So I had a counter opinion for that. But then what do you guys feel? Should India have a laser pointed focus like like Avengers, right? You look at Hulk and like you smash. That's it, right? अर्जुना को जैसा बोलता है कि भाई ये तेरा टारगेट है. You don't have to look at anything else. तेरे को काम यही है, तू ये कर. Or you groom him for the longer game also. I would like to spend a couple of minutes here, both. Ganu,
yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
Like to be honest, like this is what I was gonna talk about. Like there's been a lot of chatter ki like Vaibhav Suryavanshi ko fast track karke get him in the India team and everything. But what I feel is like at this point of time, his T20 game is on the top. Like I know we have seen in the ODI and everything, but he needs to go to that red ball grind. We have seen Sehwag, we have seen like now Jaiswal is how he's playing and everything. Like these are the players who take the like opponent to the like they go for a kill even in the test match, right? So I feel like Suryavanshi can play like he can be a really good batter for us in the test match, but I think he still needs to go through a lot of like Ranji rigor and everything because red ball, especially probably playing in India with no swing, no bounce, not much to do about it, he can be like see the ball, hit the ball. But going abroad, like we have seen like how Jaiswal struggled when he went to South Africa for the first time, right? So I think there is a lot of like improvement in the game that he needs to do probably, especially for the red ball. I think for the white ball, we can see and see it, especially like there is a completely neat T20 cycle that is coming up right now. So we can probably give it a try and see how he goes about it. Especially like India is going to Zimbabwe, if I'm not wrong, in June or something, right? So we'll just give him an opportunity how he does and everything. But मुझे लगता है for red ball it's still a lot more time. that he needs to put in the Ranji and probably just work on his game and grind for like as a like जैसे राव ने बोला 25-25 balls के ऊपर he doesn't play much, right? So probably he needs to play like more than like 100-200 balls that prove him in the Ranji. Also, there's a lot of competition and for the opening slot in India at this point of time. But yeah, so I think there's still more time for him to come up at this point of time. What do you
तेरे
wish?
को क्या लगता है रोहन?
I agree, Ganesh. क्योंकि the thing is, uh, he's very young, right? That's too much pressure for him. I would say I'll be a little pushy with my opinion, but I'd say let him play, let him be, let him spend some time with his own cricket to see how he knocks the red ball. Of course, Ranji में भी उसका track record अच्छा रहा है. It's not something that every Ranji player or every Indian cricketer can have such amazing track record as he had, right? So my take is just let him be, let him play. उसका career अभी just start हुआ है. He's
Yeah.
very young, very young. To be very ambitious for now. I'm not saying that he cannot be ambitious or he need not be ambitious. It's just that take it slow for him, right? So that if you say if you like just pass a comment or pass a statement that okay, let's bring him to India, let's test him overseas for test cricket, that just puts too much pressure, right? And good talent we don't know, we might probably end up losing good talent just because of the pressure that, or maybe within the fraternity or outside the fraternity, the pressure that we are trying to build on him. So yeah, I think the maturity will come as we discussed, right, Ganesh? So 25 balls के आगे how he behaves, वो temperament आने में कितना time जाएगा, और maybe वो जब आएगा तब it's just again a treat for us, right, to see
Yeah.
him play that great cricket.
Yeah,
So yeah,
just
I feel so. It's just that we need to give him some time, which he has. He has a lot of time uh, on his side. So we'll just wait and watch. That's, I think, India team के बारे में discuss करना is just putting too much pressure on him.
yeah, I think also like if India is really keen on him, they can take him as a reserve. Like they
Yeah.
just take him on the tours and everything and see how is it like India team का environment कैसा होता है, how what is the work ethics for the players like KL
Mm.
Rahul, like all the like test elites, right? How Shubman Gill goes about his business and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And probably
Mm.
like if just put him in the reserve for India, he will say how Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma goes about his business and everything, right? So
Yeah.
like it would be really interesting for him to see because what what worries me is like I can think first thing I can think about is the Prithvi Shaw, right? Like the
Mm.
moment he started struggling, I still remember the first ball of Mitchell Stark bowling him and pointing on the
Yeah.
air, saying that he has some issues with like the ball coming in, and that is what happens. And I guess Prithvi Shaw never recovered after that. Like it took a lot of years for him to just probably he
ट्रॉमा हो
just
गया भाई, ट्रॉमा हो गया बेचारे
so I think that
को.
kind of at small age, something that like a bowler like a Mitchell Stark or somebody like you can like all the elitist test bowlers can if if they expose some weakness, it's very difficult for at that age to come back. So
Mm.
probably it's important to like have a right mentor and having said like having Sangakara, especially in RR, there's no better person for him to be go along with. I guess we've seen like just to draw a parallel, like Rian Parag at the age of 18. Again, he was like he was not scoring run and everything, but I guess it was Sankar Kara was he was backing him. I guess he's in the right setup, especially in the IPL, and I think he should be surrounded with the right set of people so that he can. We are excited to see him. He's just 15. And probably 4 years down the line, well, probably KL Rahul would be at the end. He would be still 19. He still has like 20 years to go. Yeah, KK, you
Yeah.
say something.
मेरे पास ना एक रैडिकल व्यू है भाई, ये बंदा के लिए मेरे को एक 5 मिनट चाहिए, सो अलाउ मी 5 मिनट्स. आई नो
Good.
वी वर सपोज टू डू अ स्मॉलर एपिसोड, बट आई मीन दिस इज सच एन इंटरेस्टिंग कॉन्वर्सेशन, बट देर इज सम मोर टॉपिक्स फॉर दिस वीक दैट आई वांट टू आल्सो bring about. But yeah, first, I am going to see, this from a cricket administrator point of view. And as I told you guys, right? Vaibhav Suryavanshi, if channelized well, is going to define the next era of global cricket, not Indian cricket. And that's where I'm going to come from. Okay? And I've had a lot of conversations with a lot of people, and we should also do another episode on the future of cricket as a global sport. Okay. बट मैं
Yeah.
थोड़ा एक फ्लेवर यहाँ पे लाता हूँ. आई डिसएग्री विथ बोथ ऑफ यू गाइस. मेरे को वैभव सूर्यवंशी को टेस्ट, मतलब भाई मैं उसका फैमिली से जाके, उसका चाइल्डहुड कोच से जाके, हूएवर इज इन्वॉल्व इन हिज करियर, जाके एक ही चीज बोलूंगा, इसको टेस्ट नहीं खिलाने का है. I want to only train him as a T20 player. I'll tell you where I'm coming from. Okay, you guys are all, we are in the age of AI, right? You guys might be experimenting with
Mm.
LLM models, fine tuning LLM model, this, that. Imagine Vaibhav Suryavanshi as an LLM model that needs to be groomed. It's a very raw model, but all of us agree that he has a lot of potential. Potential क्या, वो तो भाई actual दिखा रहा है सामने, हमारे सामने every day, right? Now you need to train this model, right? Why will you want to train him on a data set which says कि there is something called as defense in cricket? I'm not saying defense is wrong. I'm not saying, you need to have tenacity, you need to have a long game. मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि he's a weapon. Use him as a weapon. उसको बस एक ही एजेंडा पे ट्रेन करते रहो. 10,000 hours of practice. You guys have heard this philosophy and theory, right? If you have 10,000, Bruce Lee, right? One kick for 10,000 hours. You guys, I mean, you can be the best of, bodybuilders. You can have the best of martial arts training, but you can't defeat Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was a lean guy, not very muscular, but he practiced one thing for 10,000 plus hours. I want to see Vaibhav Suryavanshi be that, you know. Uh, don't bring in a shred of doubt in his mind as to what to do with the ball. आ- कल तुम उसको टेस्ट का प्रैक्टिस दोगे. आई एम नॉट सेइंग ही माइट नॉट एंड अप बीइंग be another Yashasvi Jaiswal where you can see him as a excellent all format player. Why? You have enough and more talent in the country to groom them to be all format players, right? ये बंदा has a unique talent to take down Bumrah's first ball for a six, Shardul Thakur, Bhuvi, Hazelwood. अरे मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि उसको जनरलाइज मत करो, उसको स्पेशलाइज करो, उसको T20 में स्पेशलाइज करो, उसको डिफेंस नाम का. व्हाई डू यू वांट टू सी हिम प्ले मोर देन 35 balls? My question is that he is giving you 70. I want to see, can he give me 110 runs in 35 balls every third game? Why can't I see that? Why can't I groom him to be that? 90 runs every 30 balls, 100 runs every 30 balls. Like what Virat Kohli defined 50 over cricket to be, why can't Suryavanshi define 20 over? And now I'm getting to the global sport, the administrator point of view. You need one global face to expand the game that these guys are trying to do. And that global face more or less has to be from India. It has always been India which has driven cricket, and it will continue to be India
Yeah.
which will drive cricket ahead. आज तुमको he's making Rajasthan Royals a global franchise. राजस्थान रॉयल्स का टिकट बिकेगा बिकॉज लोगों को वैभव सूर्यवंशी को आके बैट करते हुए देखना है. आई एम लुकिंग एट से 10 years down the line where he'll still be 25 years, man. He'll
Yeah.
still be 25 years. Imagine Rajasthan Royals has, they own a team in SA T20, right? Now
Yeah.
I'm just looking at a scenario where Vaibhav Suryavanshi goes and plays for them. I'm just hypothetical scenario कि एक ऐसा एक marquee player आके, you never know, you have the impact player rule now. There are a lot of evolutions that are going to come in cricket, right? So imagine one marquee player from the team goes and plays for your subsidiary franchises across the globe. ऐसे T20 में जाके खेलता है just to attract the crowd there. कि show them what, how aggressive cricket can be. या 100 ball टूर्नामेंट में खेलता है इंग्लैंड में जाके, या जाके Dubai T10 tournament में खेलता है.
Hmm.
Tomorrow you have the European Premier League that is starting off. Abhishek
Yeah.
Bachchan, Glenn Maxwell. These guys have invested. He's going to go and play in the Olympics. Think about that, man. Think about unleashing a personality who is showing you 100 runs in 30 balls. Groom him for that, I'm saying. Show people, like, stock the market, the global market, by saying, भाई क्रिकेट ऐसा भी खेला जाता है और क्रिकेट ऐसा भी खेला जाता है. जाके एक स्टीव स्मिथ को टेस्ट मैच में उतारो यार. Show them test matches separately, but show them that this is the pinnacle of what aggressive cricket can be, and this is the pinnacle of what 5-day cricket can be. Right? I'm saying you have weapons that you can develop now. How Steve Smith is in Test cricket, Joe Root is in Test cricket. They are faces of Test cricket, right? They show how Test cricket should be played. I'm saying let Vaibhav Suryavanshi be the face of what the evolution of cricket can be in the global landscape. So I don't want him to be trained in Test cricket. He can be that face to show what cricket can be in the Olympics, to show what cricket can be in the European Premier League, this SAT 20 100, MLC in the US. He can be the Messi of cricket, man. I'm just putting it out there. Cricket allows you that. Cricket is that unique sport. Imagine, man, football is the biggest sport in the planet, but it is just one format.
Yeah.
90 minutes. You play for the club, you play for the country, you play for any club in the world. It's the same format. Cricket allows you that unique perspective कि भाई 50 overs में the dynamics are very different. 5-day cricket में the dynamics are very different. T20 cricket में the dynamics are very different. So भाई तो identify that uniqueness of that format and identify players who can be the face of that format and take that format ahead. No, economics बदलेगा, viewership बदलेगा. It is amazing what and with the calendar that India has, right? You can't
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of multi-format players going around given the workload and all of that, right? So groom format-specific players and start with players like Vaibhav Suryavanshi is what my take on this is, man.
Interesting, man. Interesting, but it's an interesting thought to be honest. But it also depends on what Suryavanshi wants as well, right? Like I know it's up to the people who are around him.
Yeah.
If they kind of channelize his energy for him,
बट
like
मैं
how you
वही
said.
बोल रहा है ना. तू सॉरी, बट वन पॉइंट ओवर देयर, राइट? सो सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट यू, बट वन
नहीं नहीं.
पॉइंट ओवर देयर, राइट? वो बीसीसीआई अवार्ड्स में वो हर्षा भोगले का पैनल डिस्कशन में द्रविड, संजू सैमसन, वैभव, ऑल ऑफ these guys are sitting. Harsha
Yeah.
Bhogle asked, how did you identify that he will play last season, and what was the conversation, right? Sanju came and said कि we are talking between me, myself and Dravid कि भाई इससे बात करना पड़ेगा, इसको कम्युनिकेट करना पड़ेगा, बच्चा है ये वो. उसको जाके पूछते तू क्या करेगा अगर तेरे को खिलाएंगे. वो कितना सिंपल माइंडसेट रखा है भाई. दैट्स व्हाट ही वांट. ही लाइक
Yeah.
कुछ नहीं भैया, पहला बॉल आएगा मेरे स्लॉट में तो मैं मारूंगा छक्का के लिए. दैट इज
आएगा
लाइक ही
तुम्हारा.
इज वेरी क्लियर विद हिज थॉट प्रोसेस. तो फाइन ट्यून दैट एलएलएम एजेंट टू डू दैट सेम थिंग over and over again is what I'm trying to say, right? Yeah, I
Yes.
mean, my cousin had the same thing that you just said, right? कि उसको क्या चाहिए वो भी समझना पड़ेगा. But from
Exactly.
his
Exactly.
responses, and अरे वो आउट भी होता है वो. यार मेरे टीम को हराया है यार वो. बट वो आउट, बट आई मीन व्हाट एन इनिंग्स मैन. वो आउट भी होता है, दुखी होके जाता है यार. 70 रन मारता है 30 बॉल में. क्या दुखी हो रहा है भाई? सामने वाले को दुखी किया है तूने. एंड देन पीपल आर आस्किंग व्हाई आर यू सो सैड, तूने इतना मारा है. नहीं भैया, मैं और 10 बॉल, संगाकारा भी यही बोलते हैं, मेरा टीम भी यही बोलता है कि मैं और 10 बॉल खेल लेता तो मैं और 50 रन मार सकता हूँ या और 40 रन मार सकता हूँ. मेरे टीम को मैं अच्छा पोजीशन. अबे उसका माइंडसेट क्लियर है भाई. वो भी खुद को हल्क जैसा ही देखता है.
हाँ
तो
हाँ हाँ.
मैं बोलता हूँ कि उसका रोल क्लियर रखो भाई. आई मीन टू आंसर योर क्वेश्चन, आई थिंक इट्स वेरी क्लियर व्हाट ही वांट्स.
या चलो ठीक है. इट्स इंटरेस्टिंग फैक्टर लाइक आई गेस वैभव सूर्यवंशी पे हम लोग पूरा एक
We will
एपिसोड
have a
मार
lot of time for him.
lot of
We will
time
have
to
a
talk
lot of
and
seasons for him. Yeah.
yeah, and fingers crossed he does well and keeps on doing well. Okay,
God's gift,
and
man. Yeah.
yeah, just let's talk. I know we are probably short of time, but let's now just it would be wrong to not talk about Mukul Chaudhary. Okay,
Yeah.
how he kind of snatched the victory from the KKR jaws. It's something that is like really interesting, and like it was interesting if you have watched the match live. Like commentators भी बोल रहे थे like it's about like six sixes or seven sixes that is needed and everything, and I think he was also calculating the same way, like out of 20 24 balls I need to eight connect seven balls. That's what he was thinking. And like it's amazing to see like a 21-year-old who was playing the second match under lights. He hadn't
Yeah,
like, so it was amazing to see like how, and it's amazing like how people from like Junjunu, he comes from Junjunu,
Junjunu.
yeah,
Yeah,
from Rajasthan, right?
Rajasthan. Yeah,
Yeah, and I guess Rajasthan is the new place for cricket. A lot of people are coming from that place. But like it is amazing. Like, how did you guys feel about the inning? It was like for me, I was shocked. Like how game turned. He was hitting like Cameron Green player. Like I know Vaibhav Aurora was bowling really well Yorkers. It was just one ball that he like kind of overpitched instead of going for a Yorker, and he just hit it for him for a six and everything. And it was interesting. So like, what do you guys feel about Mukul Chaudhary? Yeah, KK can start probably.
yeah. As you said, right? I switched off the match. I'm like Gaya game, so I
Mhm.
actually didn't watch the innings. But यार मैं क्या बोलूं भाई ऐसे लोगों का मतलब the more you watch, the more surprises these guys give,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
It's lovely. I mean, I really and Langer. There was a video that was released where Justin Langer said, "Ki if you are willing, I will make you India's best number five, number
that's
six batter."
yeah.
So um, मेरे पास नहीं है भाई जवाब नहीं है I just want to enjoy more such people, more such innings. And I mean the kind of hard work that these guys put in, the background that they come from, the kind of hard work they put in is just inspirational, man. I just take so much
Yeah.
inspiration from all of this. Yeah.
It is true. Like काफी inspirational है. Like Rohan, what do you feel about मुकुल चौधरी? मैच देखा था क्या? Or you also switched off? Like लगा कि नहीं
Yeah,
हो रहा
even
है.
I wasn't there, man. So मेरा भी वही I'll pass for this one because I wasn't there. But yeah, I agree with what KK said that it's really inspirational because uh, at 22 again a young blood. He's played just 3 matches, and with the spirit that he is showcasing right now, I think long way to go. Things will unfold later this season, but yeah, I'm excited to see him flourish this season as well.
So let me talk a little bit about it. Like I was watching it live. So I was watching the entire match. Like the Tom Moody was
Hmm.
talking about like in between the matches when LSG was batting, they were talking about like what they had planned. They had Hasaranga in their plan at number six, number seven, and he was talking about like we have Mukul down who can probably finish the matches and everything. And like when the commentators were surprised because nobody has seen much of it. Like to be honest, he has just
Hmm.
played in the local leagues like that too in the Gurgaon like Delhi Premier League. Probably I'm not sure about that. Like very local leagues is something. He just has hitting ability that is really strong, right? And even in the previous matches, if you see the first two matches, like first match he scored like 10 odd runs and everything. Second match he could not connect. So I was like, okay, yeah, ठीक है, एक दो six मार लेगा and everything. But to finish the match, see, you can have
Yeah.
like a blinder of an inning, okay, and you could probably take the team closer to the like probably reduce the deficit or something, right? But like making the team win, cross the line, and especially in the last over when like around 9 runs were needed and everything, he had to take a call of like a single lena hai, nahi lena hai, and everything. Again, the same thing how the Miller situation was coming out, but. It was really inspirational to see like a small like young guy doing something really like, like it's on like it's an international stage to be honest. IPL is like an international stage to be honest now, right? So it is really inspiring. So yeah, looking forward how he goes about it in the next few matches because it's gonna be tough. Now people have seen what he can do. So teams will be prepared for it. So it will be interesting to see how he goes about it. And so yeah, so these were the
Bye.
topics that we wanted to.
Let's spend some more time. I know we are we've spent almost 55 minutes, but there's a lot more that happened, man. I can't really avoid. आरसीबी पे मैं लास्ट में आऊंगा, बट पंजाब किंग्स, व्हाट
Mhm.
अ टीम मैन. एंड यार वैभव सूर्यवंशी ये सब हम लोग बात करते हैं. श्रेयस अय्यर को इंडिया कैप दो भाई. Shreyas
KK,
Iyer cannot be out of the Indian team. Abbe yaar, the the captain that he is, and I mean the consistency with which their uncapped players are also performing the second
Yeah,
season.
Priyan
Uh,
Charya.
Priyan Sharia, Prabsimran Singh, Shreyas himself. It's maddening, man. The way the that team is shaping up. I'm really scared with you know for my own team, but then it's lovely to watch. I think the top two teams have been there because you said that which teams are looking strong, which teams are needing work. Um, SRH did get off to that monstrous start that they were known for a couple of seasons back and even last season. But in the way these guys pulled it back and to be unfaced in a chase of 220 and just to clinically finish it off in the
Yeah,
18th
correct.
over, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what these guys are eating, where the game is going. It's lovely, man. The kind of discussions I would love to be a fly in the dressing room of all of these teams, right? So, yeah, RR and Punjab look like the team to beat.
Yeah,
I will still say RCB is strong despite being like 125 for 7 to go on and
yeah,
finish
Yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
200 plus. I mean, the chain, the it was not really just Vaibhav. Yashasvi has been a rock, and Dhruv Jurel also, right? You
Dhruv
yeah.
talk
Jurel.
about
Yeah.
him. That
Yeah,
that move to number 3 was again a
yeah,
very brilliant move from the RR coaching staff, right? So it's been lovely to see these characters come along. Um, so yeah, I mean, I wouldn't worry much. Hazelwood is back. So Ganu, your point last week, will RCB going with Hazelwood and Duffy
Duffy.
combination? If they start losing games in between, is that a combination that they look at? Phil Salt's form is a bit of a concern, but I mean the ball that he got from Jofra, I wouldn't really. What
Yeah,
else
Jofra is
could?
like he's on fire to
Yeah.
be honest. Yeah, Jofra is on fire.
Jofra and Andre Burger also, right?
Yeah,
That swing that they are extracting, that bounce that they are extracting, man, it was
amazing,
crazy.
amazing.
Yeah,
Like
crazy.
as you rightly said, right? Like the top two teams definitely Punjab Kings and RR. RCB is close to it. Probably we'll have to see how they go about it today. It's gonna be an interesting match. Like
Today's game, yeah.
yeah, because like RCB MI especially because if RCB wins, they look a really strong team. Like they're on the top to be honest. But if they
MI is also
lose,
coming from two
yeah,
losses. Yeah,
two losses. So it's gonna be really interesting. Whosoever loses, they're gonna be again in the middle. Then in the middle we can see like DC is in the middle. Like SRA again. I would say SRS still is in the middle of the points table because of their net run rate, but they are still in the
LSG,
LSG. Yeah, LSG has two wins, right?
GT.
Yeah.
Yeah, LSG has two wins. Yeah,
Yeah, so I would say like in between, you can say like Delhi Capitals, LSG, GT to a certain extent, even though just they have just one win. So it would be interesting to see, but like I'm really worried. Like if I talk about the bottom teams at this point of time, KKR is at the bottom. Like I don't think they have answers for it, and I would
yeah.
even put SRH because even though their batting is strong, like yesterday was a clear example. Like if you even if you have a like a strong batting lineup, you need to have like a good bowling. And even CSK, I'm a little bit worried. It was good yesterday, but their bowling still is a little bit on a weaker side. Even like Ruturaj accepted that yesterday.
Rohan, sorry, you go ahead and then I'll yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think the top four teams that I had were RR, clearly, MI, RCB. I don't remember the fourth one. I guess it was CSK. Yeah, clearly why I don't remember. But yeah, so I am regretting not
Shout out
having
to Varun. Shout
Yeah,
out to
you're
Varun.
correct.
shout out to
You're correct.
Varun.
I just checked it. You're correct in that way.
Yeah,
That was there for your four teams.
yeah, and I regret as much as KKR does because I should have had
As
Punjab.
much as Stephen Fleming does.
Because if you look at RR, right, so it's they have a lethal combination now. The top
Oh man.
batters are Suryavanshi, Dhruv Jurel, and Jaiswal. The top batters of the season are these three guys. The top bowlers, the top 10 bowlers, has three of them from RR. So Archer, Bishnoi, who's
Hmm.
played really amazing. I think we missed him
Yeah.
in this entire discussion today, but he's been an amazing bowler, or he's
Yeah.
showcased amazing performance this season. And again, Bogar, who has played really well. But now, if you think of, I would say RCB, right, KK, because RCB can still hold this position. I don't think they have a reason to go down the table. They can still climb up, and I still have a feeling that they can sustain or even grow further from here. But I don't see any reason why KKR or CSK. Of course, like we had a good match. CSK had a good match yesterday, but I don't see any reason why KKR or CSK can turn this around. It's too early to say, but I would still be a little aggressive with my comment and say that KKR or CSK are having a tough time, and it's difficult for them to turn it around from here.
Yeah.
What about?
See, I Ganu, I told right. So uh, Ruturaj is not helping CSK's cause. Even
Yeah.
Mm.
yesterday,
Yeah.
a sub 100 strike rate. I don't know what is the pressure. Does he have the pressure of captaincy? Does he have,
Mm.
like he's worried about that batting collapse because you don't have bowling arsenal. But yesterday we didn't even see Devil Bruce come to bat, right? So you need to be able to free yourself. Someone needs to have that conversation with him. That same thing, right? We spoke what we spoke about Vaibhav or Padikal in the previous episode,
Yeah.
or even Rajat in the previous episode. Don't worry too much about your own position. I think Ruturaj is just worried about his own runs and his own position that he's getting
Yeah.
bogged down. I think it will do best if he can give a quick fire 15 also to start off
Yeah.
with, right?
Yeah.
15 out of say 7 balls or 8 balls. He is too good a player to not
Mm.
build on it, right? But that
Right.
will free up the batting lineup because you can't improve the bowling further. They don't have reserves as well. So the best possible chance that you can give is get to 220, 230, and then see where the game goes from there, right? Sanju is not going to be scoring 115 every game.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
how do you give yourself those quick starts, those quick 20, 30s, so that you can allow the middle order to also play with freedom, give enough
E-
balls to Dubey, Brevis,
Correct.
and people like that, right? Uh, I'm not saying that will turn the season around for CSK. I still feel that they don't have enough quality in their ranks to make
Yeah.
the top
That's
four.
yeah.
Yeah, but then they can at least get closer to some games. They can win some games, make the table close, spoil the party for a few teams, and
Yeah.
it makes for a good IPL, as I said, right? A good CSK
Yeah.
makes for a good IPL, right? So that's on CSK. Um, I would say take note of GT. I mean, with Butler coming in form,
Yeah.
you never know. You never know how GT can turn up. I saw how good Sai Sudarshan and Washington Sundar were. They are too good, right? And I mean, Washi, I would really like to see him take his game up a notch in terms of aggressive batting. And I mean, yeah, GT would be the team to watch out for, in my opinion, for this week. Uh,
And to
RCB,
add to
yeah,
your sorry,
yeah, yeah.
sorry, KK, just interrupting
Go
you. To
on, go
add to
on.
your point, I think Gill has been a good captain for GT. That's my thought. He's
Hmm.
been a good captain, especially after like a break that he's had in his career for a while now. But yeah, I think he's doing well. That's my thought.
No, no, absolutely right. That's what you need. You need captains who uh, place the team above themselves. I'm not saying Ruturaj is placing himself above the team, but he's too bogged down, right?
Yeah,
As a
yeah,
captain, you can't be like that. You need to be insecure. You need to be sorry.
mm,
You shouldn't be insecure. You need to be secure of the environment. Allow the players to play with freedom, and
mm,
that environment I think is missing. I really
mm,
hope. I think Dhoni is also close to match fitness, so I
Yeah.
don't know
And
if he'll play or not. But
yeah.
just that influence around the dressing room, the dugout, maybe will help Ruturaj. And I really, hope that CSK do much better. But yeah, I agree, Rohan. Gill
mm.
has been a good captain. You need to give him that credit.
Yeah.
So the other teams, I mean, I really feel for Rishabh, man. If not for Mukul Chaudhary, Rishabh, his own form and the team doesn't look that great. So I really want to see how LAG go ahead. Um, RCB, I wouldn't mind too much. They look really strong. They
Yeah.
probably misread the conditions a bit. Phil Salt got a snorter of a first ball from Archer. But let's see. I mean, today's game, as you mentioned, right, Ganu, for me would be the game of the week
Yeah,
because, yeah, it's Vankade as well, right? So
it's one
it
kade.
will
Yeah,
be
it's gonna be
lovely.
interesting.
Yeah.
Sankare.
Yeah.
Surya, Tilak, these guys, and Rohit himself, this form is a bit of a concern. Let's see how they go about. Hazelwood is just coming back from injury, so let's see how they come. They do well. Let's see
Just want
who does well. Yeah,
Just
yeah.
want to add one point on the MI. Like I don't know, like at before the start of the IPL, we felt like they had like the settled and the most strong lineup. But apart from the first match, I know the second match Hardik was in there because of that they had to make multiple changes. But like in the last game, they again a shortened game, but they never looked like the team that is so strong on paper, right? So like I'm really looking forward for the today's match because it's in 1 KD. They can play the ideal combination. Any idea if Will Jacks is back or not? Like I have no idea. I'm not sure like why he's not come yet, or else he's not coming at all. Because it's already like 3 matches, like 2 weeks in the tournament. I'm surprised he has not come so far.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, I think there's something going on with the England Cricket Board and, them wanting to evaluate players for, I don't know, workload management. Even this guy, right, Ben Duckett, withdrew,
Mm.
yeah, that is
saying he wants to
completely
focus on his
oh
Test
yeah,
career. So I don't know. I mean, I'm just making assumptions over here. But yeah, it's
yeah.
a really crucial game for MI more than RCB, but
MI
RCB
was
also need
yeah,
to carry on with the momentum. So let's see how that game goes. Right.
yeah.
One moment. So I mean, I thought the moment was the David Miller post match moment when the players gather around and all that. But one very good moment, right? So Anshul Kamboj bowls Tim David, and
No
he's
point.
that aggressive on his face. But then that sportsmanship from Tim David, man, just to congratulate him, fist bump him for a great Yorker, you know. But that's what sports shows you, right? You can be respectful, you can acknowledge the skill that the other person has, even though that would have, dismissed you as a batter, but then once that was called a no ball and that free hit, that avatar from Tim David, man, as a fan, it was crazy to watch. So that was
It was
that,
difficult for a CSK fan to watch that match. To be
yeah,
honest,
yeah,
really difficult. It was difficult.
yeah. But I
But
mean that movement, right? You can be a gentleman. That's where cricket is a gentleman's game without losing out on the intensity. Is what that moment conveyed for me. He got bowled. A bowler is on your face. I mean, Tim David is a senior as compared to Anshul. But I mean, he just fist bumps him on his follow through, saying, "Well bowled, mate." But then once it's a no ball, Tim David is a competitor on the field, and he showed that, right? So it just showed cricket is a gentleman's game, right? So that was for me the moment of the game. But yeah, I mean, I think week three is going to kick off like crazy. You saw snapshots in week two. Week three is going to be like a very exciting week. I really
yeah,
hope Rohan can continue to be with us and Varun coming back. There'll be some biases, CSK, this, that nonsense will go on, but it'll be a fun banter.
yeah, it would be fun. Like especially looking forward for this week. This week I could like I just hope like probably I don't hope but like we could probably see a divide in the teams, like probably the top two teams would be kind of like moving ahead and everything. But just one thing I would want to just one thing before we just
Yeah,
end up, just one thing, like it's always been a trend in the IPL that like after the mid time of the IPL there's one team that has like either collapses or one team from the bottom just jumps up. Like I remember like 2021 KKR who just
yeah,
they just came up like won like win like seven in the trot if I'm not wrong. And there's been always been a trend like DC falling off last year and everything. There's always been a trend like some team that kind of goes on a momentum and then just keeps on winning and probably goes like 2016, if I'm not wrong, SRH. That's how it did, and I'm just looking forward for that kind of something that happened this IPL as well. But like an exciting week
So
coming
if
up.
you want to take a both of you, right, and I'll also go, but very quick and sharp. If you want to take a call, which team is likely to go up the ladder and which team is likely to fall down the table? Just give me two teams.
So if I go, I feel it's gonna be Punjab that's gonna go up, and one thing that's gonna go down is
Punjab
DC.
is already up, right?
Acha, you mean from the mid table to the top? You mean to say that way?
So as you said, right, every season we see someone picking up momentum and someone
Okay.
dropping momentum. So what are those two teams for you?
Oh, okay. Think I think the team that can go drop, I feel, is because DC. I'm a little worried. I'm not really sure about Akshar Patel's captaincy. That's I get a feel of it, but we can discuss a lot more in detail when we want to talk about the captaincy thing, right? Captaincy on the podcast. That's where DC. I feel I have it in the top four,
Fair
but
enough.
I feel that's going to happen. In terms of the team that comes back, I hope CSK. Being a CSK fan.
Okay. Rohan?
I think GT and MI have a chance here. I would rank GT first and then MI because I see GT climbing up the ladder later this season. And I think DC might struggle a bit holding on to the position that they are right now. Not just because of like the last innings that we saw, but yeah, I feel I have a feeling that DC might struggle a bit, staying at position 4.
Okay. I'm going to say GT is going to move up,
Yeah.
and I'm going to take a big call and say Punjab is going to move down.
Ah.
Okay, interesting, interesting.
Yeah, it's a very big call, but yeah,
Let's see.
let's keep it interesting.
And
Anyway,
another thing
guys,
that I'm hopeful about is my network next time we meet. I think I'm hoping my
yes,
network also
you are more handsome
gets better.
than what is being shown here. So be more handsome the next time. Be more you the next time, man. That itself is yeah. Here you go, by year of champions.
Yeah, it's a beautiful kit. I saw on YouTube somebody unboxing it. I think you should
Yeah,
make an
Hmm.
yeah.
unboxing video of it. Like it's a beautiful kit. I
Yeah, yeah.
actually
Arey
wanted to buy
RCB
it for
are the
myself. I wanted to buy it for
top
myself.
of their marketing game, man.
Yeah,
Top of their market. You saw the travel kits and everything. It's
really
crazy.
good,
Hmm.
really good,
Yeah.
really good.
So,
Yeah.
anyway, guys, it's been a pleasure. I have a working Sunday, unlike you guys. So have a lovely Sunday ahead. This was great. Rohan, Angmad de, nahi diya aaj, but
Hmm.
next week also we will hope to see you with Varun, and let's see.
Yeah.
Exciting week ahead for the IPL. Thank you,
Okay.
guys.
Okay.
My
Thanks,
Bye. See you.
guys.
pleasure.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.